Hey everybody, it's Scott Brown here with day 13 of the 90-day Facebook Live Challenge. Can't believe we're almost 2 weeks into this process. Also can't believe we've lived in Fort Wayne for an entire month now. Seemed like just yesterday we were packing up in Florida and heading out on our new adventure, and it's already been a month. Time certainly does fly. But I have a question for everybody tonight. Who do you allow to rent space in your head? We all have critics out there. Anytime you're trying to do something to better somebody else, to better yourself, anytime you put yourself out there in any sort of public forum, you're going to have critics. But who do you allow into your head? Because in order for somebody to really have an impact on you, you have to allow them to rent space in your head. Otherwise, their words mean nothing. But I think all of us at some point throughout our careers, whether it's growing up the corporate ladder or doing Facebook Live challenges or just reaching out and trying to help somebody else, all of us at some point or another, we all find the critics get pretty loud. And sometimes the loudest critic of all is ourselves. Sometimes we are harder on ourselves than what anybody else will ever be because we expect more from ourselves than what anybody else could expect from us. Because we know what we've intended to do, and sometimes when our intention doesn't match our action, well, sometimes that's when we become the most critical of ourselves. But there are others out there, there are others out there that love to be your critics. And as a Toastmaster over the years, I've learned that while everybody is willing to give you feedback, and everybody certainly will give you feedback, not everybody has the right to be heard. Not everybody's feedback is feedback that you should listen to. Because if it's feedback just to tear you down, just to make you try to feel small in some way, that's not feedback that's beneficial, and it's not feedback that I want to hear. Now, earlier today, I made the mistake of reading some of the comments that are posted on some of my favorite speakers' TED Talks. I made the mistake of listening and reading the comments that are posted to Simon Sinek and to Brené Brown and even to Sir Ken Robinson. And there are some beautiful haters out there. Some people that have mastered the art of trolling people that are trying to help. And why? Why do they want someone else to feel small? Is it because they truly believe that somebody else isn't trying to do their best? Or is it because, for whatever reason, they feel small and they want to bring you down to their level? In order for us to get to that level, we have to allow them to have the space in our head. We have to allow them to change what we're doing. We don't have to do that. We don't have to allow our critics to change our message. But all too often, we listen, and it resonates, and we think about it, and we make changes that we don't need to make, that we shouldn't make, and we end up being a little bit smaller version of ourselves. Well, a year ago, I certainly made the choice that I wasn't going to listen to people who weren't in the arena with me, who weren't out there putting themselves out there, trying to do something great. I wasn't going to listen to the voices of those that wanted to try to make me small in order to make themselves feel good. There were a lot of those people in my life, a lot of those people. And unfortunately, probably the biggest and most painful critic was myself. I might have accomplished some things and helped some people, and I might have done some things to help people take a step forward, but I was having trouble finding a way to silence the own critic in my head so I could take a step forward. So I started to ask myself, is the advice I'm giving myself something that I would say to someone else, something that I would offer to my best friend, to those people that I care most about? And the answer was no. And then I started using that same filter to the other advice that I was receiving in my life, to the other critics that were out there trying to tear me down. And realized all it was just noise. All it was the noise of somebody else trying to make themselves feel important because for whatever reason, they felt empty. So as the year starts to come to a close, I encourage you to think about, who are those people that you allow to have space in your head? I really want to know who those people are and why you let them in. What is it that you get from those people that you allow to rent space in your head? Because it's almost the first of the month and rent is due. And you might need to evict some of those voices from your life if you're going to ever reach your possibility. Now, there are going to be times you need to listen to the critics because what you've done is wrong. You've made a mistake. You've been a smaller version than what you should have been. But if you only listen to those people who you know have your best interest at heart, your journey is going to be a lot more rewarding and you're going to get a lot farther. Because if you want to go fast, go by yourself. If you want to go far, go with others. But if you're going to take others, make sure you take the right people with you. Take the right voices with you, not just any voice. Not just anyone will suffice. You should have a small conclave of people who you trust to have your back and to have their backs as well. I left some of those people in Orlando, but it doesn't mean that I don't have their backs from a distance, and it doesn't mean that I don't believe they have my best interest at heart right now. So find those people that you care most about, that you want to listen to, and really focus on the message that you want to give to them. Focus on how you can help, and I think you're going to find your critics have a lot less to criticize. And if they do and it's not worthy, evict them from your life. Everyone, will talk to you tomorrow on New Year's Eve. Hope you have a wonderful night.